Hello friends, in previous lecture we learned about Pallava dynasty and then Harsa Empire. In this lecture we will learn about Chalukya dynasty. Chalukya, um, there were three Chalukya dynasty. One is Chalukya of Vatapi or Badami. They ruled from 500 AD to 753 AD and they ruled in Maharashtra and Karnataka region and they were succeeded by Rashtrakuta. Then next one is Chalukya of Vengi or Eastern Chalukya. They ruled from 624 AD to 1189 AD and they ruled Andhra region, Upper Andhra region or Northern Andhra region. Next is Chalukya of Kalyani or Western Chalukya. They ruled from 937 AD to 1189 AD and they ruled same territory as ruled by Chalukya of Vatapi or Badami. They ruled Maharashtra and Karnataka region, and they rise after the fall of Rashtrakuta dynasty. And Chalukya of Kalyani were replaced by Hoysala dynasty. In Chalukyan inscription, they describe themselves as Haritiputra or Manyavasa Gotra, and it was title used by vassals of Kadamba dynasty. So many historians concluded that they were the vassals of Kadamba dynasty and they rose after the fall of Kadamba dynasty. And later, Chalukyan king made Kadamba as their vassal. Um, in starting, they were vassal of Kadamba dynasty, but later they make their overlord Kadamba as their vassal. But a record of Eastern Chalukya dynasty mentions that the dynasty was established when a king of Ayodhya came south and defeated Pallavas. And uh, after that, the king, the king who came from Ayodhya, got married with a Pallava princess, and they a baby born from a baby born with this couple, and the name of that baby was Vijay Aditya, and Vijay Aditya was father of Pulkeshin I. Basically, Eastern Chalukya dynasty tried to connect the Chalukyan dynasty with the holy city of Ayodhya. They tried to show that they were related with um, Lord Rama dynasty. Lord Ram. Sources of Chalukyan dynasty. Uh, we found inscription written in Sanskrit and Kannada language in Kannada script. And account of Huan also give description of Chalukya dynasty. Huan visited the court of Pulkeshin II. The founder of the Chalukya dynasty was Jayasimha. Jayasimha was grandfather of Pulkeshin I. When I say Chalukya, I mean Chalukya of Badami. Chalukya of Badami or Batapi. We will learn about Chalukya of Vangi or Eastern Chaluk and Western Chaluk in later slides. So, the founder of the Chaluk of Badami dynasty was Jayasimha. He was grandfather of Pulkesin I. But the real founder of the Chalukya dynasty was Pulkesin I. He ruled from 543 AD to 566 AD. And in Chalukya dynasty or the Chalukya Badami dynasty, king was known with the name Umapati Varlabhadra and queen were known as Tata, Tata Mahisa. The language of Chalukya dynasty was Sanskrit was court language and Kannada was language of common people. It was the Pulkesin one who took control of Vatapi and made it fortified. After capturing the Vatapi, he performed Asmaved Yagya. The important ruler of Chalukyan dynasty was in the following order: uh, Pulkesin I, then Kirtivarman I, then Mangles, then Pulkesin II, then Vikramaditya I, then Vikramaditya II, then Kirtivarman II. Kirtivarman II was the last ruler of Chalukya of Badami, and after that, Chalukya of Badami were replaced by uh, Rashtrakuta dynasty in 753 AD. Pulkesin I was succeeded by Kirtivarman I, and after the death of Kirtivarman I, Manglesa took the responsibility of administration. Manglesa was brother of Kirtivarman I, and he took the responsibility of administration. As Kirtivarman I's sons, Pulkesin II was minor, and later he sent Pulkesin II. Later Manglesa sent Pulkesin II into exile. Mahakuta pillar inscription written in Sanskrit language at Badami was issued by Manglesa. When Manglesa tried to appoint his son as next heir of the kingdom, Pulkesin II attacked Manglesa, and after killing Manglesa, he took the control of Vatapi in his hand. Pulkesin II, he was also known by another name. He was also known by another name, Aratia Adigal. Uh, it was his name before coronation, Ar- Arayatya Adigal. He ruled from 609 AD to 642 AD, and he was the first king to issue gold coins in South India. He defeated King Harsa on the bank of Narmada river and took title of Dachin Patheswar, Lord of South. A Ahiol inscription uh, placed near Meghuti Jain temple was written by Jain poet Ravi Kirti in Sanskrit language. He was a court poet of Pulkesin II. This inscription described the war between Harsvardhan and Pulkesin II. In Ayhole inscription, we also found mention of Pulkesin II defeated two kings named Apayika and Govinda, and these two king tried to rebel against Pulkesin II. They were vassal or subordinate to Pulkesin II, but uh, during the time of Pulkesin II, they tried to rebel and tried to get independence, but they were defeated by Pulkesin II. And at the time of Pulkesin II, Kadamba and Western Ganga dynasty declared independent from Chalukya dynasty. So Pulkesin II regained control over Kadamba and Western Ganga dynasty. And at that time, Kadamba was ruled by Alupas. The and Western Ganga dynasty was Dhrunita. The Western Ganga ruler Dhrunita then concluded the marriage alliance by marrying his daughter to Pulkesin II. Pulkesin II also defeated the Pallava king Mahendravarman I. He captured the Vangi region from the Vishnu Kundiya dynasty. He appointed his brother Kubja Vishnuvardhan as governor of North Andhra region, which he captured from Vishnu Kundiya dynasty. And the that region was formed as a Eastern Chalukya dynasty or Chalukya of Vangi after the death of Pulkesin II. Huensang. Huensang visited the court of Pulkesin II. In 642 AD, Pulkesin II was killed by Narasimhavarman I, son of Mahendravarman I. So here is the map to show what was Chalukya of Badami, Eastern Chaluk, and what was Western Chaluk of Chalukya of Kalyani. So initially, the political map of southern India was shown in left hand side figure. Uh, the South India was ruled by Chaluk of Badami. They ruled Deccan region. Then Eastern Chaluk they got independent after the death of Pulkesin II. Or Eastern Chaluk were also known as Chaluk of Vangi. Then Pallava in southern area. Then Chalukya of Badami were replaced by Rashtrakuta dynasty, and Eastern Chaluk ruled eastern area, east coast of India, and then Pallava ruled southern territory. Then after Rashtrakud, Chalukya of Kalyani replaced the Rashtrakud dynasty, and then east coast was ruled by Eastern Chaluk, and the southern area was dominated by Chola Empire. So this was Chaluk of Badami, Eastern Chaluk, and Chaluk of Kalyani. Vikramaditya one. Vikramaditya I was son. He was son of Pulkesin II. He reclaimed Vatapi from Mahendravarman of Pallava dynasty with the help of Mahendravarman II. Mahendravarman II of Pallava dynasty with the help of Western Ganga dynasty. Western Ganga dynasty was vassal of Chalukya. Vikramaditya I took many titles, including Sat- Satyashraya. Satyashraya. Satyashraya means protector of truth. Then he also took the title of Sri Prithvi Vallabha and then also Raja Malla. Vikramaditya II. He captured Kanchi for three times from Pallava king Nandivardhan II. He also attacked Chola, Chera and Pandya kingdom but not annexed these kingdom in Chalukyan kingdom. During his reign, Arab Muslim under Umayyad Caliphate invaded the southern Gujarat region but were successfully driven out by Avnijan Sarya, Avnijan Sarya Pulkesin. And Avnijana Shraya was governor of Gujarat region under the ruler of Vikramaditya II. Yes. And then next ruler was Kirtivarman II or Nirpa Simha. He was son of Vikramaditya II and he was the last Chalukya king or Chalukya of Vatapi. He was dethroned by Dantidur of Rashtrakuta dynasty in 753 AD. The Chaluk of Badami ruler mentioned their dynasty in their inscription as Satya Satyashraya Kula, and they mentioned Pulkesin too as Satyashraya. Uh, Although the title of Satyashraya was taken by Vikramaditya I, but in the inscription of Chaluk of Badami time dynasty, they mention Pulkesin II as Satyashraya because they consider him as the real founder of Chalukya Vatapi dynasty. Administration of Chalukyan dynasty province province was known as Mandala and it was governed by Mahamandaleshwar. Then village were known as Visa. Visa were ruled by Visaika and revenue officer were known as Pataika. Then head of law department were known was known as Adhisthanaka and Chalukya of Badami or Batapi maintained naval and standing army. The culture of Chalukya dynasty, we found rock cut and structural monuments they were made with reddish golden sandstone. The Chaluk of Vatapi or Badami architecture were known as Chalukyan architecture or Karnata Dravid architecture, while the Western Chaluk dynasty architecture were known as Gadga style architecture. The Chaluk of Vatapi uh, constructed many temples, mainly at Ayol, Badami, and Ayol, Patak. Uh, the Chaluk of Vatapi constructed many temples, mainly at Ayol, Badami, and Pattakadakal and Mahakuta. Maha and they constructed temple mainly at the Malprabha river basin and Ayol, Badami and Pattadakal were the core territory of Chalukya of Badami. Badami was their capital. We don't find mention of Sati, so probably Sati system was not prevalent in Chalukya Vatapi dynasty. And we found is, Natyasastra was inscribed on sculptures, is, sculptures uh, made during the time of Chalukya of Vatami dynasty. Chalukya of Vatapi dynasty. And uh, during this dynasty, we found mention of Devdasi for temple. In this period, Buddhism declined, but Hinduism and Jainism flourished. Temple. The temple construction under Chalukya Vatapi happened under three stages. First stage was cave temples at Ayol and Badami. In second stage, or we found structural temple in 7th century AD, basically Vesra style. Uh, there was 70 temple at Ayol and many temple at Badami. Important temple at Ayol, Ladakhan temple, Durga temple, Jain temple at Meguti, and temple at Badami, Muktis, Mukteswarar temple and Melagutti Sivalya temple. In third stage started around 8th century AD, and in third stage, structural temple were constructed at Patak, Pataggarkal, and Pataggarkal was situated on the west bank of Malprabha. In Pataggarkal, we found 10 temples, out of which 4 are in northern style and 6 are in Dravidian style. The northern style important temple is Papnath temple, and the important temple of Dravidian style were Sangameswara and the Virupach temple. Eastern Chalukya. The founder of the Eastern Chalukya dynasty was Vishnuvardhan. He was brother of Pulkesin II. The dynasty Eastern Chalukya declared independent after the death of Pulkesin II, and their capital was Vangi. So they were also known as Chalukya of Vangi. The language of the Eastern Chalukya was Sanskrit and Telugu, and Kannada was also used by early ruler, but the important language of the Eastern Chaluk dynasty was Sanskrit and Telugu, and it was different from Western Chaluk as their language was Sanskrit and Kannada. Viparla inscription issued by Jaisimha I and the Lakshmipuran inscription issued by Mangi Yuvraj were the earliest Telugu inscription of Eastern Chalukyas found in 7th century AD. And so there was development of Telugu language during the Eastern Chalukya dynasty. Ambapuram cave temple is a Jain cave temple constructed by Eastern Chaluk in the 7th century AD, and during the 7th to 8th century AD, a total of 5 Jain cave temples were constructed in Ambapuram and Advinikalam hills. In the 11th century, Telugu literature was born under the patronage of Eastern Chalukya with, with Nananya Bhatt as its first writer. We found inscription in 7th century, but literature work, book or something else was were developed in 11th century, and the first writer was Nananya Bhatt. Chalukya of Vengi were finally subdued by the Chola Empire. Western Chalukya. The founder of the Western Chalukya dynasty was Tailapa II, and he founded the dynasty around 973 AD after the weakening of Rajput dynasty, and they made their capital at Kalyani. So the Western Chaluk dynasty were known as Chalukya of Kalyani. Language was Sanskrit and Kannada, same as Chalukya of Badami. They make their overlord Rashtrakuta as their vassal. Originally, they were vassal of Rashtrakuta, but later they make Rashtrakuta as their vassal. They were in constant fight with Chola rulers for control of Vengi. Vengi were close, Chalukya of Vengi were close allies of Chola. So there was fight between Western Chaluk and Eastern Chaluk, but Chola ruler used to support Chaluk of Vengi. So Western Chaluk were in constant fight with Chola ruler. Hoysala, Yadva, Kakatiya, and Kalchuri of Kalyani were were the subordinate of Western Chaluk dynasty. In Western Chaluk dynasty, we found merchant guilds, and the merchant guilds were known as Manigramam, then Nagarattar and Anju Anjuvanam. Uh, the place where local guild were situated was known as Nagaram. Nagaram was location where local merchant used to sell um, their commodity, while the Nana Desis was the location where traders from neighboring or foreign location came to sell their commodities. And Nana Desi, Nana Desi was perhaps a mixed business place where both local merchant and foreign kingdom merchant or neighboring kingdom merchant used to sell their produce. We found mention of two important administration and administrator under Western Chaluk dynasty. One is Praja Gavunda, or uh, its meaning people's Gavanda, and another one is Prabhu Gavanda, Lord of Gavandas. Basically, uh, Prabhu Gavanda were senior post. They were used to govern Praja Gavanda. They, they serve the Gavanda serve the dual purpose of representing the people before the rulers, as well as functioning as state appointees for tax collection. And they also used to raise militia for Western Chalukya dynasty. And the architecture of Western Chalukya dynasty was known as Gadak temple architecture. In 1157, Bijala II, uh, Kalchuri of Kalyani captured uh, Kalyani region, and this led to the shifting of capital to northern side by Western Chaluk dynasty or Chaluk of Kalyani dynasty. And finally, in 12th century AD, Western Chaluk was replaced by Hoysala dynasty. Literature. By the 9th to 10th century AD, Kannada language had already seen some of its most notable writers. The three gems of Kannada literature, Adikavi, Pampa, Punna, and Rana, belong to this period. Pampa and Punna, they were served Rashtrakuta dynasty, and Rashtrakuta was replaced when the Rashtrakuta was replaced by Western Chalukya dynasty, then another important Kannada poet raised. His name was Rana. He served Tailapa II, who was the founder of Western Chalukya dynasty. So three important Kannada poets were from the time period of Western Chalukya dynasty or Rashtrakuta dynasty. Uh, Mitachra was commentaries on Yajnavalk Smriti. It was written in 12th century AD, and it was written by Vigneshwara. Vigneshwara was court person of Vikramaditya sixth, and the ruler of Western Chalukya dynasty. In the 12th century AD, another Sanskrit law book was written by Jimutvahana, and it was named Dayabhaga. But Jimutvahana was a resident of Bengal region, so it was written down in Bengal region, not under Western Chalukya dynasty. But Mitachra was written when in the territory of Western Chalukya dynasty. So the difference between Mitachra and Dayabha. Both were law governing book. Mithachra and Dayabhag were law related book written in 12th century AD, but the land property rights uh, mentioned in this book continued in force till 1956, even after the independence of India. And these land governing laws, land held by male or female owner, were replaced by Hindu succession Act 1956. Jimut Vahana was Sanskrit scholar of Bengal region. He wrote Dharmaratna. Dharmaratna has three important books. Kala Vivek was related to timing of rituals. Then Vyavhar Matrika or Nyayratna Matrika, and then Dayabhag. So in this slide, we will learn about Dayabhag, difference between Dayabhag and Mitachara. So Dayabhag was based on Manu Smriti, and it is based on religious value that if a son do pindadan or funeral of his father, then he is considered to inherit land of his father. But if a son does not perform uh, funeral ritual of his father, then he will not considered as the successor of his father. Um, while Mitachra was commentary based on Yajnavalk Smriti, and it was based on blood relation. That if a son was directly related, a son is connected to his father by blood relation, and he will inherit his property, his father property, whether he perform funeral ceremony or not. The region of the region in which Dayabhag and Mitachra were implemented was different. Dayabhag was implemented in Bengal and Northeast region, Northeast territory of India, and Mitachra was implemented in rest of the India. Property of father, personal property of father, which the person by personal property, the property which father earned during his life. He did not get from his ancestor, but he bought by his earning. So regarding personal property, both Devbhag and Mithatra's father is the sole owner. And regarding ancestral property, which father get from his father or his grandfather, in this case, Devbhag mentioned that father is sole owner. But Mitachara says in ancestral property there exists communal right, and Mitachara give the concept of co-partners. Co-partners means sons have equal right with their father on ancestral property, and for donating or selling this property, ancestral property, the father need the consent of his son. Son's right in ancestral property. In their bhag, no right till father is alive or become ascetic. So, as father was sole owner, so son cannot claim any right on ancestral and personal property. But in Mitachra, sons were the owner of the ancestral property from birth. Regarding female right on property, in their bhag, it describes a widow can inherit property on the name of his husband, and daughter in Mitachra, female are excluded from inheritance. If a father died without a son, only daughter, his property will be inherited by his close relative, not by his daughter. Regarding property division, Dayabhag mentioned that land division can happen, the property can be divided on the consent of father. And Wife cannot demand property division, but she can get a portion of property during the division. And in Mitachra, land division was on collective consent. Consent as ancestral property was inherited equally by father and son. So collective consent is needed for property division or land division. And as a female, we are not allowed to uh, inherit inherited any property. So wife will not get any property under Mitachra rule. So this is the end of lecture. Thank you.